My name is Chirag Choudhary, and I am an engineering manager at Rome2Rio. I started my career as a freelancer, actually. Worked on a bunch of projects to get some experience before joining a bank through a graduate program, where I did web development for a few years. But really, at some point, I did a bit of iOS development, and that's where I fell in love with it. And that was my bread and butter for a few years. And after that, I started leadership full time and really started to explore what it means to be a leader. And that's where I am right now.
Perfect. Thanks for the intro. So question one is, what's the one piece of career advice you wish someone had given you when you were starting out?
Yeah, great question. Something I've been thinking about recently, and it might sound basic, but I really think adaptability is one of those core skills that if you can learn early on in your career, it's going to be very beneficial for you. As engineers, as we start off, we really focus on specific tools and specific technology that might be popular at the time. But as we know, the world of technology is an ever-evolving landscape. The world 10 years ago is so different to what it is right now, and it's going to be drastically different in 10 years from now. So being able to and willing to learn new skills is hugely beneficial. And really, taking this idea even further, right? Adaptability doesn't stop at technology. I think it shows up in every part of your life. So we work in teams of people. So, being able to adapt means being flexible on how you approach problems, how you interact with people, and how you respond to changing circumstances. So really, being able to learn a new skill, look at things from a new perspective, it's very important.
Awesome.
And sometimes it's hard to figure out how to build on your skills, and I think building adaptability it can be quite straightforward. I think it all comes down to mindset and practice. Like a few things that come to mind is embracing change. So when something disruptive happens in your life, looking at it from a lens of learning. So learning from it and just approaching it with curiosity rather than resistance. And also seeking different experiences, especially early on in your career. I think sometimes we get so focused on what we're good at that we forgot to get out of our comfort zone and do things that we might not be good at, and just to experience different things, work with different kind of people. So that's very important, and to just practice flexibility as well, because as I said, we work with so many different kind of people. Everyone in their career will work with different kind of people, and being able to compromise and come to a solution, to find new solutions and looking at things from different perspectives, I think hugely beneficial. And lastly, I would say another thing that really helped me early on is reflection. I think reflection is it's sort of a feedback mechanism that you can do by yourself to look at the experience you just had and pick out things that you've learned, or pick out things that you don't want to repeat in the future, right? And the more you do it, it really helps you build that adaptability, because it really is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Adaptability is the way to go.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career journey that made a significant impact?
A pivotal moment for me was when I joined this new company, right? And when I joined it, I was surrounded by people with such high caliber that I was impressed beyond words. Everywhere I looked, everyone I talked to in my team, it was just so skilled that it was so impressive, right? So I've come to realization that just being a good developer or a good engineer wasn't enough, or rather, there were people there who could do what I did, but at a whole different level. So I really had to think and do a bit of reflection on what else can I bring to the table, and that's when I came across this idea of being a catalyst. Catalyst is, an enabler, someone who enables their team, someone who removes roadblocks and lowers that barrier to action, so people can really come to the table and do the best work they can do, right? And along with amazing team, I was surrounded by amazing leaders as well. So through that experience, being surrounded by such amazing talent, I really got a chance to explore leadership, start my journey there, hone my skill, and create my own style of leadership. That's really grounded in the belief that behind every success, behind every good technology, there are people who are facing challenges on a daily basis and like doing their best work and coming to the table with everything they get. And being someone who can take care of these people is who I wanted to be, and that's a chance I got there.
How do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life, and what's your go-to strategy for overcoming them?
I think often when we think about our jobs, we think of them as tasks to be completed, or projects to be done, or deadlines to be met. And when we go against when we face a setback or a challenge, and we can't do those things, we can't complete a task, it can really create that negative feeling or that stressful situation at the time, right? So I would say if we change that a little bit and change our mindset to look at our jobs as an act of learning, that can really change things for you. So all of a sudden, it's the factor that defines your success is not if you complete a task, it is if you learn something from it, right? So even when you face a setback or a challenge, as long as you learn something from it, that learning is going to be way more beneficial than any success you would have at that point, and that will stay with you. And to like explore it further, right? Setback and challenges are part of our life. I think there is not a human in existence that would say that they don't have setbacks or challenges in their life, and it's part of both our professional and personal life. So reflecting on that and understanding that really, each one of us has already faced so many setbacks in our lives, and undoubtedly there's going to be many in the future. So with that realization, all of a sudden our current situation, our current challenge or setback doesn't feel like the end of the world. It's just another point. It's just another story in your book. So, and then again, bringing it back to, let's just approach this point, let's just approach this story with an act of learning, and just bring us the best selves, bring our best selves to the table and do the best job that we can. And really the rest will be taken care of it by itself. And strategy, I think, very simple, but very, very effective. I think feedback. I believe feedback is perhaps the only way we can improve using data. So any opportunity you can get, whether that is a setback, a challenge, or perhaps a success, if you can get the feedback from people, your peers, your stakeholders, do that. Because that feedback really shines light on your blind spots, and if you don't shine a light on your blind spot, you'll never know what they are, and if you don't know what they are, you'll never be able to improve those things. So yes, active learning and feedback.